When we're learning a language, we all develop a core vocabulary of words that we know and can actively use. And we're also going to have a passive vocabulary of words that we recognize but don't normally use ourselves. And then also, there are going to be all the words that we simply don't know. Now, all too often, people try to pull vocabulary from that unknown area into their core vocabulary to make it immediately active. And on the whole, that doesn't really work. There are going to be times when that's going to happen, when a totally unknown word suddenly becomes important to us. But most of the time, we're going to develop our vocabulary much more effectively by keeping that core vocabulary as active as possible, by using it as much as we can, and so we become a kind of magnet that draws in some of that passive vocabulary. We become more curious about it, we notice it more, we start recognizing it, and bit by bit it begins to be part of our active vocabulary. And then in the same way, the passive vocabulary then extends itself and generates a greater understanding of some of that unknown vocabulary, which then we begin to recognize passively, whereas we didn't before. So it all begins from the core vocabulary. I'll be talking about some exercises that will help us to do this in the next video.